guys, so I just watched the first 3 episodes of Zankyou no Terror, probably the most hyped show of the season. I think most people's bells started ringing when we knew Watanabe was going to be involved. This took my expectation line from here to roughly here, and honestly it delivered what I was expecting thus far, which is a surprise because that doesn't happen a lot. Let me set some things straight here. It's very easy to make a popular series, slap some tits over it and you'll have a fan base in no time, but shows that are good with skill, they are few and far between. After watching these 3 episodes, I have no doubt, particularly after the 3rd, that this is going to be one hell of an anime. Breaking it down, there are 4 main reasons why I enjoyed these episodes. The first being it masters something which is often left out by anybody that isn't Ufotable: cinematography. Now, I'm no film student, but a few have told me that cinematography matches the importance of what is actually being told as a story, and I have to say, I agree with them. So when Zankyou no Terror was implementing shots, camera movements, as well as intense lighting, I got excited because it felt much more gripping. In a sense, it was heavily film stylized. It made the whole world feel authentic and original. That single element creates an atmosphere that is memorable and allowed me to enjoy every single episode. Further implementing this feeling of real life is the choice of using actual physics and real life brands like Tor. Tie this up with the fact that the quality of the animation is outstanding, and it is a win in this department. But not only does the show have this going for it, the soundtrack is also just as good, if not better, because of its sheer effect. It perfectly blends with what is actually being shown on screen, but it's the kind of soundtrack that works by itself as well, and it's certainly great at intensifying scenes, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly how they're going to use that later down the line. In terms of characters, we all know Watanabe is kinda great at constructing them. They are certainly more 3D in persona than your average anime protagonist. He's defining them with human personalities, yet they still feel pretty unique in their own right, which is very, very promising. I can't say I'm fully behind all of the characters though at this stage, as it's mainly mystery that is fueling my interest in them, which leads to the only problem I have with it, the lack of justification for why this is actually happening. You know, what are the motivations for these acts of terrorism and so on. But in the long term, I see this being ironed out, especially with that one flashback scene in episode 3, it was screaming backstory. The last thing really is the actual individual episode pacing within the show. It has such amazing direction. What I mean by that is it never felt too fast or too slow, and parts that were needed to create effect were accordingly spaced and lasted just the right amount of time. Granted, it wasn't perfect, don't get me wrong here, but the gripping nature of this show leaves me to suggest that you at least watch it if you haven't. If I've been able to convince you that not so fun website Funimation has the license, so if you are from North America, you can watch it over on there. Although it does mean we will see a physical release, so that will be interesting at least. That's about it from me. A quick announcement though, I've decided to completely 360 on what I'm going to review next. With my Black Lagoon review basically being an editing hell, I'm scrapping it to cover something else, which I only watched about a week ago, so I'm very eager to get my thoughts out there. Also, I'm only going to be doing one more of these first impressions because I want to actually start writing these reviews again, so make sure you make it clear on what exact anime you want me to cover down in the comments. I've been Russ, and have a great night or a day.